ethyl coumarin point of view, we are taking 2 beakers. In one beaker, we are taking that concentrated H2SO4. Okay, this is that concentrated H2SO4. Okay, by using that measuring cylinder, you can take around 15 ml of concentrated H2SO4. Yeah, this is that 15 ml of concentrated H2SO4. Okay, and that one first I am taking in one beaker. Okay, you have to handle very carefully. This is that very strong acid. If it is falling on that your skin, it is a burning sensation. Okay, that's why these chemicals, all chemicals, you have to handle very carefully. This is one beaker. Okay, that one I am keeping in that. Can I keep it here? Water condenser. Yeah, after taking that, directly I am placing in that ice bath or an ice water. Okay, in second beaker I am taking that this is that resorcinol, it is a phenol that are 1.5 grams, already it's weighed that compound 1.5 grams. Directly I am taking in that beaker. Okay, for that we are adding ethyl acetate. Taking that 1.5 grams of resorcinol in beaker. Okay, for that I am adding ethyl acetate. Okay, how much of quantity? That is that 2 ml. Okay, this is that 5 ml is there. Here I am taking up to here. That is a 2 ml. Yeah, that is the 2 ml of ethyl acetate. Okay, and that one directly I am taking in that beaker. In that beaker already it's that resorcinol is there. Okay. Okay, first resorcinol is there. First you dissolve in that ethyl acetate. Okay. Resorcinol is a solid. First you can dissolve by using that glass rod. Okay, you can below room temperature. We are keep it already. We are kept in that ice bath. Okay, below temperature we can dissolve that all resorcinol. Okay, then after dissolving in that resorcinol with ethyl acetate, that solution slowly we can add to that concentrated H2SO4. Okay, don't add at a time one. Okay, slowly we can add with continuous stirring. Okay, here you observe I am adding slowly. Okay, with continuous stirring. Okay, after adding that solution, okay, after adding that resorcinol and ethyl acetate solution to concentrated H2SO4, then you keep it in that ice bath. Okay, then you keep it in ice bath for 15 minutes. Okay, for 15 to 20 minutes, it reach to below 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, after that you can remove it from that ice bath. You keep it at room temperature. Allow it to for that you can stand for that room temperature for half an hour. Okay, that solution we are taking that one directly we are pouring in that ice. Okay, this is that already some ice cubes I am taking already in that one beaker, in 100 ml or 200 ml beaker. That solution is there. That solution slowly you can pour in that ice beaker with a continuous stirring. concentrated after half an hour that H2SO4 solution is there, directly we are add to that H2SO4 beaker, sorry, in ice beaker. Just you observe, this is the solution we are getting. At bottom just you observe that a pale yellow color solid is there. Okay, then that solid is there, we can separate it by the filtration process. Okay, in the filtration process directly okay, by that filtration process you can separate that liquid and you can collect the yellow color, pale yellow color solid. It's retaining on that filter paper. Okay, I am getting like this filtrate, filter cake, and this is the filtrate. No need just filtrate, we want that we'll require this one only. Just you observe that color of that one, that filter cake color is that pale yellow color. Okay, after that you can, this filter cake is the yellow color solid, directly you can transfer to another beaker. Okay, this another beaker I am taking, and this is that filter paper. Okay, this is that yellow color solid, and by using that spatula, and this directly I am taking in another beaker. Okay, after taking that yellow color solid and then adding 10% NaOH solution. Okay, how much of quantity means we can dissolve that solid, completely dissolve that in NaOH. That NaOH, you know that it is at basic in nature, it is a strong basic in then we are adding some more. That solution is that dissolved. That initially that solid is there, pale yellow color solid. Okay, while adding that sodium hydroxide, okay, and completely is dissolved in it. Okay, we are getting a clear solution. Okay, then you go for that acidify. Okay, how can you can acidify that solution? By adding that concentrated H2SO4. Don't add 1 ml, 2 ml. You can add drop by drop. Okay, this is that concentrated H2SO4 is there, and this is the beaker. Okay, and by using this beaker, by using this dropper,
what this one?
okay, this is the concentrated H2SO4 anode. How to identify? By using that litmus paper, and this is the litmus paper I am taking. This is that pH 1 to 10 paper. This already that color is there, it is indicating. Means normal that color of that one paper, that color of that paper is that generally it's like this color. Okay, means when that paper it turns to this color means that pH is 2. Like orange color 4, like pale orange like 6. It's a green color is the 7. Okay, like what is the color we are getting, based on that you can identify what is the pH of that solution. Okay, and that paper I am taking here. After adding that, just you observe I am placing one drop of that solution, but again it's that blue color is there, means it's not turned to acid. Okay, then again add some more of acid. Okay, there is no, we are not getting any red color, then add more. Just to observe that red color is changed in initially that blue color is there. While adding acid to that solution, that we are getting red color, means we are getting red color means that compound is that that solution is that acidified. Okay, then after here you are just to observe that cream color solid we are getting in that. Okay, then this product, this cream color solid, you can collected by that filtration process. After getting that cream color product, you can collect it by that filtration process. Okay, and this is that filtration process, and using that funnel filter paper, you can separate the solid from that liquid. Why I am placing like this glass rod means, if directly it's pouring and that means then pressure will develop on that paper, sometime it's tear that paper. Because of that when that solution we are pouring in that paper means directly place on that by using that glass rod, like that you can pour it. In funnel, just you observe that a cream color product we are getting. Yeah. Okay, we are getting cream color product now. After that, what we are doing, then filter cake you can wash with water. Okay, already I have taken in that in beaker that water. By using that water you can wash. Why you are washing with water means any impurities are there, mainly that acidic impurities. Any acidic impurities are there, when washing with water, that can be removed from that your product. And finally we are getting our product. Okay, after that you can remove that drying and go for recrystallization.
తీసినట్టు చేయండి పెట్టండి దాని మీద.
This is the 7-hydroxy 4-methyl coumarin derivative or compound. This is that a wet compound. Okay, go for drying, and after that you can calculate the percentage yield. Okay, before that you can do that recrystallization also. Okay, mainly by that recrystallization process, purification. Recrystallization means purification. Any impurities are there, we can remove by that using suitable organic solvent.